Come on in, come on in, come on in. Hey, Mamie. Thank you for being here, Jordan. I really, really appreciate it. Happy Easter to you too, Mamie. Jarena. How you doing, Jarena? Hey, Deetra D. We're gonna give a couple more minutes to let some people get into the building. How's everybody doing today? Hey, Miss E. Okay, my ride or dies. Let me tell you something. My ride or dies are in the building. When I tell you my ride or dies are in the building, I'm excited, you guys. I'm excited and I'm nervous at the same time. I told you guys I am not a technical person at all. So we are going to try this out tonight. I'm going to cook with you guys live. Oh, this feels so good. Thank you guys so much. I miss you too, Jarena. Jarena, we are definitely going to have to get together really, really soon. As you can see, I'm trying to do some things, but I know you're that next level girl, and I really appreciate you too. Oh, Miss Betty's in the building. Hey, Miss Betty. All the way down from Charlotte, North Carolina. Okay, Charlotte is in the building. Just a couple more minutes, you guys. Just a couple more minutes, and we're going to go ahead and get started. DMJ Kitchen, what's going on? Watching from the Philippines. Okay. In the building. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. You know what? While we're giving everybody the time to come in, just a couple more people to come in, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to get some eggs boiling, okay? Let's get some eggs boiling. You guys keep coming in. I'm going to be right back with you guys. See, I was trying to get myself together, but I see Nakisha Powell jumped into the building. Hey, cuz, thank you so much for stopping by. I really, really appreciate you dropping by. You guys, I'm looking at the comments. I'm getting so distracted from what I need to be doing. So I'm going to go ahead and talk a little bit while we're getting our eggs boiled so we can start our recipe. So this is the live cooking podcast. So I figured instead of doing all the uploads, it would be good to interact with you guys and talk to you guys every once in a while. And so I wanted to come live today and do a cooking video and just see what the experience is like. Happy Easter to everyone who is celebrating the Easter holiday. I hope you all have had a beautiful weekend with the family, and just in honor of the holiday, enjoying yourself. I know I've really been busy. This recipe that I'm showing you guys tonight is one of the recipes I've been really, really busy doing. So I think today I put out about 200 shrimp top deviled eggs, you guys. And in the process, I wanted to record this video and kind of drop in with you guys. Listen, I'm not going to keep you all long. It's going to be like maybe a 15 minute live, but I want you guys to go ahead and in our virtual world, you guys are my sous chef, so I want you to go ahead and get scrubbed up, and we're going to get prepared in the kitchen so that we can start this recipe for my bourbon shrimp top colored deviled eggs in honor of the Easter holiday. I'll be right back, you guys. Time is always right to do what's right.
I like Chef Lance because he makes me laugh. It's the the jokes for me.
I gotta say hello to all my Deja foodies.
Man, his events are a display of flavor.
His recipes are super simple, super easy, and super delicious.
With full restaurant reviews, Deja Food and Decor TV is everything food. So subscribe today on YouTube and hit the notification bell to see when new videos are loaded.
I never miss Nibble and News because he always got the tea.
So what are you waiting for? You're just one click away. Hit the subscribe button because yes, we're back. Deja Food and Decor TV. Sorry guys, I have my mic muted. So we're about to go ahead and get started with our recipe. As you see, we've already had our eggs boiled and we shelled our eggs. Now we're gonna go ahead and cut all of our eggs in halves, okay? And I'm gonna go ahead and jump above the video and you're gonna separate those halves, okay? You're gonna put all of your yolks in one dish and that's where we're gonna mix our filling. And then you're gonna take your other halves and we're gonna actually dye those pieces of the eggs. Listen, if you have ever been to the South or are from the South, you know that deviled eggs is like a major recipe in the South. So it is only a custom for us to put different spins on deviled eggs. Now, we're doing colored deviled eggs in honor of the Easter holiday, but a lot of my clients enjoy these eggs for themed parties. Like sororities, fraternities, they actually get eggs dyed in their particular color. If you're having a baby shower and you're having a girl, we can do the deviled eggs in pink. If you're having a little boy, we can do the deviled eggs in a baby blue. And it's just a really, really fun dish. You guys, you can kind of play with the recipe. I'm just doing a very basic recipe for my deviled eggs and just showing you guys how I get my deviled eggs out. So we basically have those separated. There we go, that's the yolks. And then we have our whites. So here is where we're going to go ahead and get our dyes ready. I just use styrofoam plates, you guys, because I want to be able to throw this stuff away when I'm finished. You are going to fill those plates with water. Now, what I actually do is I put a little bit of salt in the water because I tend to find that actually helps the color take to the white of the eggs. And then I'm just basically using the Great Value, shout out to Walmart. The color dyes that they use for Easter eggs, we're just going to put a couple of drops of those color dyes into each one of our containers for our whites. Angela Powell, hey, Detroit is in the, that's family. Detroit is in the building. What's going on? How you doing? Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate the support. So you guys, all we're doing is we're mixing up our color. Now, I actually suggest that you guys definitely put something down underneath whatever you're doing this on, because these dyes can definitely stain your countertops. But as you can see here, all I'm doing is I'm adding the whites to each of the colors. Now you guys, the whites of these eggs don't really need to be in the dye for a long period of time. You can stick them in the refrigerator for like a couple of seconds, but I mean, they really do not have to be in the dye for a long period of time. But we're gonna go ahead and add our whites to our colored mixture. Them crockpot oxtails are bumping. When I tell you, Angela, those are the best. And Keisha, That shrimp and salmon Philly, that has become like one of my favorite sandwiches. Listen, if you are in the chat and you have not watched that video, you definitely need to go back and watch that salmon and shrimp Philly video. It is so delicious, you guys. Oh, Manny's always clearing those cash apps. Manny clears those cash apps. You all got to make sure you're watching the videos and make sure you're looking for the triggers of where you need to actually comment to be entered into that giveaway. So we have our eggs here. Okay, guys, bear with me. All right, so now what we're basically doing is we're going ahead and cooking up the shrimp that's going to go on the top of the deviled eggs. Listen, you guys, I'm going to tell you about this seasoning. It's Grill Mates Memphis Pit Barbecue Rub. When you are in the grocery store, pick a pack of this seasoning up. This seasoning can be used on anything, but it is literally my go-to and secret when I want to have a bourbon flavor onto any type of meat. And that's going to be shrimp. That's going to be basically pork, beef, or chicken. So that's what I'm basically using. And all I'm doing is grilling up some shrimp. Now we're going to set that shrimp aside and we're going to go ahead and get the filling together for the top of the eggs. All I'm basically doing is using mayo, and then I'm using a little bit of mustard, and I'm using onion powder. And then we're going to go ahead and put that into your yolks. Now, let me also give you another secret. It's easier to mix the filling of your eggs when the yolks are warm. You don't really want them to cool down. You kind of want to do it when it's warm. Now, mine have cooled down, and I tend to do this by hand mixing. You can opt to use a mixer if you'd like, but all I'm basically doing is I'm working in the mayonnaise and the mustard and the onion powder into the yolks. And that's what's going to give me a very basic filling, because remember, we're going to put those bourbon shrimp at the top, and the bourbon shrimp are going to be like bursting with flavor. So you want a very natural palate as far as the filling. You don't want to have a whole lot of salt or anything in that filling. You just want it to be light and fluffy. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and mix that up really, really well. And I sped up the video so we can kind of keep it moving. So once you mix that mixture up really, really well, I'm still mixing. What I basically use to actually fill my fillings into my deviled eggs is basically a cake, like the icing pastry bags. And what I do is I go right to Walmart, and you can get the disposable ones so that you don't have to actually clean out anything. I'm just using a regular glass, and I'm going to put that icing bag into the glass, and then I'm just going to fill my filling into that icing bag so that we can top our deviled eggs. And that's the brand I use. I think it's about $3, and they give you about there's 4 of them in there. It's basically Angela. It's a regular shrimp, and what I usually use is I use pre-frozen shrimp. I just go ahead and thaw the shrimp out. But the seasoning, if you go back in the video, there's a Grill Mate seasoning that I get from Walmart, and it's a bourbon seasoning, and I use it on literally everything. Angela, I'm telling you, if you get it, you can saute some chicken breast in it. You can put it on ribs, any type of pork ribs, and it's very, very good. It's really good. So what I'm basically doing here is you guys can take your whites out of your coloring and you can actually put them on a cooking sheet. I'm making a very small batch of these, so I'm just going to use a plate that is lined with some paper towel, but you can use a actual cookie rack. You can put them on a cookie rack to actually let them drain. But all I'm doing here is I'm basically taking out all of our whites that we've had into the color. If you're just tuning in, we've dyed our whites for our deviled eggs. We have our bourbon shrimp that we've already sauteed, and then we've had our filling that we've put together and put in our pastry bag. So now we're about to kind of pull everything together. We're just pulling the whites out of the color. Let those dry for a little while. And you guys, these are really like the most beautiful thing. Like, these are the most beautiful little eggs once they actually come out of the color. So now it's time for us to go ahead and put everything together. I am big on presentation. Anytime you fix any meal, you should always put just as much energy into how you plate that meal and how it is presented to people as you have in cooking it. I mean, a lot of people always say you eat with your eyes, and I've had some phenomenal dishes that have like literally looked horrible and made me almost not try them. And then I've had dishes that have been just so-so, but because they were displayed and given so well in presentation, it was all a part of the it factor as it relates to my attraction to food. Jordan, that's your favorite color, isn't it? So basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and pull our whites. And you can display this however you want to display it. I actually have a little deviled egg dish that I actually use. And the reason I have that lettuce in the center is because I am going to put in some chicken salad that I made a little later. But then we're going to go ahead and take our whites that we have inside our pastry bag, and we want to go ahead and fill all of those eggs. Now, you can definitely spoon these in, but again, I'm huge on presentation. So I really like for everything to kind of look in order. So I like using the pastry bag because it gives that whole moussed look. And then, like I said, you guys, I have some fruit chicken salad here, and I just have it sitting on a bed of lettuce, but you could definitely line a tray like this with some fresh cut cheese, or maybe even throw a couple of like biscuits or like some croissants in there. So now what we're basically doing is we're going ahead and topping all of our eggs with our bourbon shrimp that we basically allowed to cool, and then I'm just using some regular hors d'oeuvre toothpicks. Listen, you guys, I really appreciate all of you guys stopping in tonight. I told you guys I wasn't going to keep you long. Literally only 20 minutes. But we're going to go ahead and top our deviled eggs. And man, even the smell of the bourbon shrimp and the paste from the eggs that are the filling, it's just like the aroma of it all is just so overwhelming, and it's such a delicious dish. You know, I'm from the South, so. So guys, this is what I want you to do. I want you to comment in the video and let me know what you think about these bourbon topped deviled eggs. Let me know what you think about this recipe. Is this a recipe you would try? Is this a recipe you would definitely use in your next event? And again, I just want to really thank you guys for all stopping by. I'm not going to keep you guys long tonight. I enjoyed you all coming by. I really did. And hopefully this is the beginning of many of the podcast cooking shows, so that I can actually interact with you guys and talk about all the great things and the great recipes. Now, keep in mind, Nibble and News is coming, you guys, but I really want to work on the production for Nibble and News. You guys, this is another tray that I did earlier today. I told you guys I put out so many eggs. So this is another tray that I put out earlier today. But again, we're going to be working on Nibbling News, and it is going to be on Pop Commentary, and it's going to be a jumping show, you guys. I'm telling you, it really is. Listen, thank you guys for stopping by tonight. And as always, I want you all to have a delicious day.